I was hoping you could just walk us through some of the big API changes that Facebook made today.
Yeah, it's great to be with you. I mean, we think at a high level that this is really Facebook platform finally realizing its potential.
Mhm.
I think that Facebook platform, 4 years ago, they launched with the goal of using social to fundamentally revolutionize all these different pieces of our lives, just as was done with photos.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, there were the platform was so open that there was a lot of abuse. Facebook had to clamp down on it. And I think they finally figured that out. So I think, if you just list the number of things launched in the last few weeks, you've got subscriptions, you've
Mhm.
got the new friend lists, you've got main newsfeed combining recent and top posts, you've got the ticker,
Mhm.
you've got the profile, and you've got the new open graph. And so I think, one way to think about this is the way you read the information and the way the information gets written.
Mhm.
So in the way you read it, um, it's a combination of the friend lists, which allow you, especially with your close friends, to make your feed the right people. And I think that's a really big deal. I mean, I'm finding my feed a lot better. The other thing is that for the first time, we're seeing a lot more content in feed that I'm able to consume on a given day. And that's really important because the key deal that Facebook makes with partners and developers is that you get distribution in exchange for content. But
Right.
it was pretty finite how much content you could read on your feed. But now they actually seem to be tracking when you're on the site. And so if you haven't been back in a while, it shows you the top stories. If you've been back recently and you've seen all the top stories, it shows you the recent stories.
Right.
And so now you can consume more content, which means there's more value for developers.
And the
But
other big change as far as exposing users to content is the ticker, right? In that these applications can push pretty much as much content as they'd like without necessarily overloading the user's feed, right?
yeah, I mean, I honestly actually think the ticker is much less of a big deal. It goes so fast that as of now, like, I don't find it all that useful. I think
Yeah.
what's much more important is that more of that information is going to be aggregated into my feed, and then it's going to show up on my profile. And
Okay.
the key thing about profile, which Zuck really hit on, is that profile now is all about recency and frequency, but it doesn't get depth. So it's very one dimensional. Now profile will be three dimensional. It's going to have time, but it's also going to have depth of connection, and then it's going to have type of connection. So the type of content. I like to think about, the problem of maybe I donate to my favorite charity once a year, but I care a lot about that. Maybe I care about it more than 100 moves in a game. But in the current profile, there's no way to represent that.